Hello students, I am Perminder Rana. Today I am going to discuss the topic that is projectile. First of all, we must know what is projectile. Have you heard the name Neeraj Chopra? Yes. What he have done a remarkable achievement for the India, that he got a gold medal in Olympics for javelin throw. He thrown the javelin from here and then it will follow like this. He just throw the projectile, that javelin, by an angle theta with the horizontal, and here he got the maximum distance traveled by the projectile. So when he thrown with this velocity from here, u be the velocity over there. When he throw this one, what he have done? He have used some techniques over there so that he can get a maximum distance. वो technique क्या है? How he get it and how we can achieve the maximum, that today we are going to discuss in this topic. That is our projectile. What is projectile? An object is thrown with initial velocity. When an object is thrown with the initial velocity and it move under the effect of gravity alone, that is called your projectile is there. Similarly, जब हम यहाँ इसको throw कर रहे हैं, we throw the projectile with initial velocity u, making an angle theta with the horizontal, then it travel like this. Here acceleration due to gravity that act toward always ground. और कोई फोर्स नहीं लग रहा है यहाँ पे. कौन सा लग रहा है? acceleration due to gravity that act in this body and which act toward the earth. That is the projectile. Okay, now there are certain examples. A bullet is fired from the gun. When we fire the bullet, the bullet is fired from here and it move like this. Okay, sometimes we used to fire the bullet like this in a straight way. Here the target is there, we hit the target from here, velocity, the object is moving with the initial velocity u and then hit the ground, but we miss the target because it hit the here somewhere else. So we miss the target is here, we miss the target. That is because when we fire the bullet, it's move under the effect of gravity. The bullet, जो बुलेट है वो ग्रेविटी के इफेक्ट में मूव करेगी और इट वहां पे पहुंचते टारगेट से ये कुछ हाइट नीचे ही हिट करेगा. देन इट्स मूव अंडर द इफेक्ट ऑफ ग्रेविटी. यानी वी मस्ट नो अबाउट कि किस वेलोसिटी से इसको फेंके और एट व्हाट एंगल वी प्रोजेक्ट सो दैट इट कैन हिट. वी हैव टू प्रोजेक्ट लाइक दिस in this way and it will hit the target. Similarly, a javelin throw by the players, etc. Same, we having another example. When we are standing in front of we are standing on the tower and we throw any object from here and it move under the effect of gravity. When we throw with an initial velocity, तो ये यहाँ से मूव करके A and this point is P. It hit the ground over here. तो हमारे पास दो तरह के प्रोजेक्टाइल है. फर्स्ट, यहाँ से इसको जब थ्रो करते हैं सर्टेन हाइट से, इट मूव एंड हिट द ग्राउंड. सेकेंड वन, इट्स फायर्ड फ्रॉम हियर और इट इज थ्रोन फ्रॉम द सरफेस ऑफ अर्थ एंड इट मूव along the surface of earth. So there are two types. This we consider first one and this we will consider the second one. Before coming to these topics, we must know about the certain terms where we are going to use this one. Here, this move, यहाँ पे जो है G लगेगी, G acceleration due to gravity and that always act toward the center, toward the earth. So it's move with u and that act along the horizontal only. there is no vertical component of velocity, initial vertical component of velocity यहाँ पे कोई नहीं है, only सिर्फ we having this u over there, then it move and so on. We are going to discuss in the next. See, similarly we having this one, archery. You know very well, this is the most commonly game used in the nowadays. Archery, when he throw, he see this one, he slightly raise this arrow so that when it hit the target, it will directly hit the target over there. So this is the complete, there is a technique which they are going to use for their games. The प्लेयर जो है उनको क्या चाहिए, पोटेंशियल चाहिए, दे गेन द स्टेमिना उनको मिल जाता है. एंड देयर इज अनदर वन टीम, दैट इज टेक्निकल टीम, दे आर टेलिंग देम हाउ एंड एट व्हाट एंगल we fire and we throw the object so that it can hit the target, and that is we have complete knowledge of projectile. We must have this knowledge over there. See, now when the projectile is fired, see, when it is fired from the top of the tower and it move from this point and hit the ground A, जब यहाँ से चलकर ये ग्राउंड को हिट कर रहा है तो ये OP का जो डिस्टेंस है इसको क्या कहेंगे हम, दिस इज आवर ट्रेजेक्ट्री. व्हाट इज इट? ट्रेजेक्ट्री द पाथ फॉलोड बाय द प्रोजेक्टाइल during its flight is called trajectory. And from here we have consider this one, this is our, from here this is our horizontal surface, and this is our tower from where we have thrown any object, and this is our initial velocity, and when it moved from O to PA it hit the ground. So the height from this point to O point is we taken here, that is our y. So this is the projection of the projectile when it is thrown with an initial velocity u. Now for horizontal motion, to come to this point we have two equation of motions. They are separated into two one-dimensional equation of motions. So first we having this one, x is equal to VOX t plus 1 by 2 AX t. Similarly the second one is y, that is VOY t plus 1 by 2 AY t square. These two equations we are going to use over here to solve the projectile, to solve the equation of the projectile. So for horizontal motion mean when the projectile fired, यहाँ पे दो तरह का मोशन है, दिस इज हॉरिजॉन्टल एंड ये नीचे को मूव कर रहा है, दिस विल बिकम योर डाउनवर्ड. ये हॉरिजॉन्टल मोशन काउंट करेंगे हम इसको, एंड यहाँ पे दिस इज योर वर्टिकल मोशन. तो हॉरिजॉन्टल मोशन में हमारे पास क्या क्या आएगा, ये इक्वेशन है x इज इक्वल टू VOX t प्लस 1 बाई 2 AX t स्क्वायर. यहाँ पे चेक करेंगे हमारे पास क्या क्या है, x तो x ही रहेगा, VOX व्हेन इट इज थ्रोन विद इनिशियल VOX कितना है हमारे पास u, VOX इज इक्वल टू u एंड नाउ इट इज प्रोजेक्टेड. ये क्या है, हॉरिजॉन्टली मूव कर रहा है, हॉरिजॉन्टल कंपोनेंट हम कंसीडर कर रहे हैं. तो यहाँ पे AX जो है, AX मीन हॉरिजॉन्टल कंपोनेंट ऑफ एक्सेलरेशन, ये 0. ओके, अगर सपोज हम बात करते हैं कि ये AX 0 है, अगर AX होता तो ये पाथ जो है ऐसे फॉलोड नहीं होता फिर हमारे पास, फिर इट विल नेवर हिट द ग्राउंड अगर AX 0 नहीं होता तो. Now what we have, x is equal to ut, and from here we have to find out t, that is x upon u. This is our first equation. We got for horizontal motion, we got from horizontal motion, that is the time is equal to x upon t. Similarly we come to this one, that is our vertical motion. Vertical motion की equation, this one. Vertical motion. For vertical motion, what we have? This is VOY and AY. So VOY. जब हमने इसको यहाँ से थ्रो किया तो ये सिर्फ एक हॉरिजॉन्टल कंपोनेंट हमारे पास है, जो हमारा क्या है, VOX, वो किसके बराबर आया, U के बराबर. लेकिन यहाँ पे जो हमारा वर्टिकल कंपोनेंट है VOY, दैट इज इक्वल टू 0. वो हमारा क्या रहेगा यहाँ पे, इट इज इक्वल टू 0, एंड AY इज इक्वल टू -G. And Y is also equal to -Y. So we got here the equation -Y is equal to 0 minus 1/2 GT square. Minus cancelled out. Y is equal to 1/2 GT square. First equation we have done, that is T is equal to x upon u. This is our first equation. We are going to use here, that is y is equal to 1/2 g x upon u and the square. So here y is equal to 1/2 g upon u square into x square. So this we got from the vertical motions. So here y we get here these terms, ये जो term है ये सारी के सारी क्या है, constant है, यानी 1/2 g is constant and u is also constant because it is already thrown with the initial velocity. So these constant are there. So y is proportional to x square, and this is our equation of parabola. Okay, so this is equation of parabola. So when the projectile, जब हम fire करते हैं from, you can say here, top of the tower, it move under the effect of gravity. Then this path is called projectile path. ये equation show करती है कि जब भी कोई projectile कोई object को throw करते हैं and it move under the effect of gravity, then we get a parabolic path. So here when the person jump, we have this one person jump from here to the next flight, then it will follow the parabolic path. Another point is there कि हमारा जो a by component है वो कितना आता है, g, and that always acting on object and it act on a toward the ground. अगर ये ना हो तो, अगर ये भी ना हो, a by जो है that is g is equal to 0. If we throw the objects, then it will move in a straight line only. That's another one. Okay, the next one is, this is your horizontal projection of projectile. This is a completely same point is there, that is thrown with an initial velocity, it move under the effect of gravity, and this path is called, that we have already discussed, trajectory. Next is this one, the path followed by the projectile projected horizontally from certain point is parabolic, which we have already discussed. Now when the projectile is fired, when the projectile is fired from any height, see this is a tower and here the projectile is fired, it move under the effect of gravity up to this point. तो this point to A point, that the time taken by the projectile to complete its trajectory is called, that is our time of flight. We are using here the time of flight. Okay, so in the next class we will discuss about the time of flight, maximum height they attained, and the range. We are going to discuss in the next class. Thank you.